Hello everyone, it's me, Tina Calder from Excalibur Press and the Content Club, and I thought I'd do another wee LinkedIn video. It's been a wee while. As you know, I've been testing these out. I'm still trying to work out whether or not I like them, whether I am comfortable doing them, whether I want to do them, and whether or not they work. So I thought I would do, I attended two amazing SEO training events over the last 2 weeks with my client Destination CQ, and Destination CQ are the business improvement district for the Cathedral Quarter in Belfast. And one of the things I love is that not only are they my client, but I'm also a business from the area, so I get to avail of all of the wonderful services and training and free workshops and all sorts that come with that. And we have a series called Lunchtime Learnings, which at the moment is being run by Andi Jarvis of Eximo Marketing. And in this series, SEO featured quite highly because it's one of those things that we just don't know what's going on with it. You know, we think we know, we think we've got it sussed because we've done our tags, we've got Yoast or whatever those things might be. And then something else comes along that pushes the boundaries. It sets us yet something else that we have to do. So I attended the 40-minute with 1 hour session with Leah Glover from Flint Studios, and then I went on to do the 3-hour intensive session with Ciaran Connolly from ProfileTree. So I wanted to give you a few of my takeaways. Now, it is absolutely impossible for me to get everything that I learned from those in there, but what I can tell you is that Leah Glover's piece will go online on Cathedral Quarter belfast.com over the next few weeks, so you will be able to catch up on that one again. I don't know whether we're going to be running Ciaran's again, but certainly it was amazing. So just to go over some of the things that Leah from Flint Studios talked about, one of the things that she talked about was keyword research, and that's the big thing for a lot of us. We don't know what those keywords are, we don't know how to even get them, and when we've got them, we don't know what to do with them. So she was talking about different Google things that you can use. So there's Google Keyword Planner, there's Google Search Console, Google Trends, Google Site Search section within the analytics, SEM Rush, which was also mentioned by Ciaran, and then Answer the Public. And those were her key places where someone who maybe hasn't done anything, doesn't know what to do, should maybe start when it comes to keyword research. And of course, you've got to do a little bit of digging and find out a little bit more about what it is what keywords you want. So if you are a hairdresser in the Cathedral Quarter, is it hairdressing Belfast you want to rank for, or is it hairdressing Cathedral Quarter, or what is it? So you need to do a little bit of work on that, and certainly some of these tools can help. One of the things that she did, a top tip that Leah did give us, was to check out that in Google Trends, there's a rising search term. So that's one that's growing. It's not quite there yet, but it's one that you could capture quite early on in the in its growth, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. She then talked about content creation, and of course that's my bag. I was right in there listening intently, and one of the things that I absolutely love talking about is the marketing funnel and the sales funnel and how content and copywriting fits into all of that. So what Leah was talking about is the customer journey. So in the awareness, interest, consideration stage, conversion and retention. And what she said is that every customer will be somewhere else on that scale. They will start somewhere else on that scale, and that you need to be everywhere on the scale, everywhere that your audience is, and getting your SEO right and getting those the content right around that can really help to get your customer in the right place. She also talked about creating long form content, which of course I am a big advocate for. I wonder why. She explained that probably 1,500 to 2,000 words is optimum for a long form piece of content. But what I would say is that that's not something that you have to create all at once. You could start a blog, or you could start a piece of content, and you could keep coming back to it. And certainly Google will love that. Google will love the fact that you're continually updating that page or post. One of the things Leah talked about was there's a little box you'll see when you go into Google search, and you might be asking how to do something or other, and the answer will actually pop up in this box. In order to get into that box, what Leah is saying is that you try to answer some questions in your content, and do that by using bullet points, numbered lists, a table, for example, and make sure that you're answering it within the first or second paragraph. That's really important. So whilst we've been kind of used to creating content that, you know, it eventually takes you to the answer. Well, what Google are looking for is that the answer is right there in front of you in plain sight. And one of the other things that Leah talked about was link building. The relevancy being an important one, that if you're going to create links back to your site, so that's when someone else on another site somewhere else has created a link that takes someone back to you might remember those, you know, the links page that used to be in a lot of websites. Well, we're looking for something more. We're looking for guest blog posts, we're looking for recommendations, we're looking for more solid links than that these days. So what the relevancy does is that you want to make sure that you're gaining a real solid base of relevant links. And then Leah was talking about the reputation. So Google cares about who is linking to you. They care about their reputation in the industry. So you don't want to just be grabbing links from anywhere. And also she warned very, very clearly not to buy them, that they must be earned backlinks because Google's not stupid, and that preferably your links should be from a range of different websites, not just the one. So that was Leah. There was a lot more than that, but I can't get it all rounded up in such a short space of time. So on to the 3-hour session with Ciaran Connolly. Now I've had my brain exploded by Ciaran on a number of occasions, and I have to say, when I was sitting in his workshop, I realised that I hadn't even implemented maybe 50% of what he had actually told me in the past. And it just shows you that no matter how much you want to do, no matter how much you would like to do, it's still pretty hard. So Ciaran's big thing was the NAP, name, address and phone number, and making sure that that is everywhere that it can be, whether it's your Google listing, whether it's your website, your social media. What he was saying is, in order for the SEO to work really well, you want to make sure that that matches everywhere. So it's the same on Google as it is in your social and your website, etc, etc. His big thing that we talked about was Google Maps, and I have recently started contributing to Google Maps as a local guide, and I've got to level 7, whoop. But what Ciaran was explaining was how we can utilise Google Maps as a social media tool. And he said most people don't realise that it is a social media. It actually replaced Google Plus. And it has replaced it with a much better tool. So you can do everything on there: photos, videos, you can create events, you can create offers, posts, you can put your services up there, description of the business. If you really need to, you can create a mini website, you know, if you're just starting off a brand. And Ciaran saying that, you know, ideally you would like to be updating this at the very least once a month, but more as regularly as you would on your social media. And what's wonderful, and I didn't realise, was that you can add other people. So you can add your staff or your marketing manager or whoever that might be going to manage this for you, and that you should just treat it like one of your social networks. Another thing that Ciaran talked about was the tool keywords everywhere. I thought that I've used it in the past. I haven't used it to its absolute strength. I think I'm going to go back now and learn a little bit more about it and learn how I can utilize it in the content creation that we're doing for clients and ourselves. And his big tip, so Leah was talking about long form content. Ciaran is talking about video and the importance of video, because Google is actually reading video, and it is you know, pulling it into the search in terms of the content of your video. And he said that make sure any of videos that you do, no matter where they're for, make sure that you upload them onto YouTube as well. It is the second biggest search engine on the planet. So like, I literally could go on for hours. I have pages and pages and pages of notes. I might do a blog post. We certainly will have a blog post up on Cathedral Quarter, but for now, that's everything that I learned this week on SEO.